So here we are with our first pre-shipping inspection with all our kits laid out. Various other teams. Various other teams here. Just to go through a little bit of our kit quickly because I think we're going to be called upon. So here we have our life rafts. We won't be taking two, we should be taking one. Here we have our oars. 3 sets of brand new, which is awesome. Then next we have our power anchor, which is the underwater parachute, which will stop any drag in the wrong direction, which we would deploy. It's a big 12-foot opening, which will hopefully slow down any drift rate, and it can also be used in extremely rough conditions. So we have our 12mm nylon rope, which has got loads of stretch in it, which will take the majority of the weight. Then that will run into our bridle on the bow, which is a Dyneema line. And to recover that, we'll have this yellow line here, which is tied onto the head of the power anchor. So like a mushroom, it's on the top of a mushroom. So we'll pull this yellow line and then it will collapse the parachute and we'll be able to pull it in. And the yellow line is longer than the nylon line, which is 72 meters, and then the yellow one is about 25 meters longer than that. Then we have our anchor, which, because we'll be in the Atlantic, will only be made ready on the deck as we leave La Gomera and when we get into Antigua. Then running into our bits, we have dagger board, our rudder and spare tiller arm. We then have our sea drogues that will be used to, if we're running with waves and we're surfing them, but they are pretty big, a bit much for the boat, and there is risk of the boat broaching, we'll deploy one of the drogues, and that will just slow us down and it will hold us straight in the water. We can use lines and stuff before that just to slow us down. Flagpole, self-explanatory, and then our mask for when we clean the boat. Big loo there, and our wee bottles. They're all different colours now, which is quite good because I kept on using Zav's. Zav's kept using mine. We've got our life jacket and spares, our harnesses and lines for when we're on the deck, our PLBs next to that, which will be attached to us all the time. Then running into our immersion suits, which will be stowed away, and then if we need them in emergency, they'll be brought out. Foul weather clothing, our GPS, handheld GPS, dry rope hats, which will obviously keep the sun off us, and a bit of UV protection. Our grab bag, which we'll use in the state of emergency if we need to get into the life raft, and a additional EPIRB. Then we're running into our first aid. We still need to get antibiotics and a lot of paracetamol and various other things, but mostly in there is bandages and stuff should someone fall over and cut themselves. Fenders, self-explanatory. Manual water maker, heliograph to attract the attention of aircraft or other vessels. You shine it into the sun and aim it at them, and it's probably one of the best positioning tools that we got. We have our foghorn or sound signaling device should we need to raise the attention of other vessels if they're nearby. We have a manual bilge pump, yo, and then all the rest of it.
Are we ready?
Nearly ready. We're not ready yet. Epoxy stuff, seats, spares and toolkits, flare pack, mooring lines, our just manuals and stuff like that, and some documents, and our jet ball. There's a few bits missing, but we will get there. The EPIRB mount is on the bow. Mine and Manny's foot steering, which is looking mighty fine, and then in our rear cabin we have all the nav equipment, which will fire up in a minute. Everything's charging nicely on the new lithium batteries. Bye bye.